Stormtrooper toys lined up in rows. Let's go! Reviewing each one with the patch to show it so. Plastic to metal, he knows them so well. Stormtrooper swagger, his story to tell. Tune in for Bert, he's the toy expert. Let's go! From action to arcade.
Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the retro collection Batman Forever, Batmobile, and Batman by Spin Master, and I love this toy. Originally released in 2025, this retails for approximately $20. As far as I know, Target was the only retailer that carried this. I didn't see this being carried anywhere else. They had the Batmobile, and they had a couple of the other figures. So I did find mine at Target. I found it on clearance, and I paid $12 for this, which I was more than happy to pay for. So yeah, we have an awesome looking box right here showing us, I think, is that a picture? I think it's artwork. You know, it's really cool because back in the day we used to get artwork of the toys instead of just getting a picture, a product shot like we got on the back right here. They used to give us like this artwork of the toy inside, and usually they would be like action art showing kind of like the features and kind of like a make-believe situation to kind of inspire the imagination of what you're going to do with your toy. So they kind of did that here. We've got artwork of the Batmobile that we're going to see inside. We see artwork of the Batman figure that does come included, and we've got Batman Forever, Batmobile, and Batman right there from the Batman Forever movie. Very, very cool. It does tell us that there is an exclusive figure inside, and it is multi-language. Check that out. Along the side of the box, a couple of the features, not really features because this vehicle doesn't really do much, which is nice that it was so cheap. It does give us the size. It is telling us that it is approximately 20 inches or 50 centimeters long, and it does open the cockpit to accommodate a figure. In fact, the figure does come inside of the vehicle. It's not packaged separately or anything like that. When you take the vehicle out of the package, the figure is going to be already inside. On the other side, we got some more artwork. Along the back, we got product shots of the toy itself, both the vehicle and the figure, and again, showing us the dimensions of the vehicle and how the figure is going to fit in there. Along the bottom, it's got a little diagram right there to show us how the vehicle is going to get put together. It's very easy once you take the vehicle out of the package. It's just really literally just 3 fins that you're going to put on here, the top and the 2 side fins, and you're pretty much ready to go. So with that, let's head over to the table and check out the Batmobile.
Step into my small toys at the ring. Stormtrooper flare, stay strong and steady. Action figures lose that fun fate. Well, the Burt's realm brings excitement in pain. Special trooper, toys inside. I'm busting all day, sharing their light. Special trooper, try to ride. Effectuate, go and subscribe.
And here we have the Batmobile out of the package and looking really, really nice. This is actually a very nice sculpt, and it's very accurate to what we saw in the movie. Looking very, very nice. Again, it is absolutely huge, just like the package said. We are looking at approximately 20 inches in length from the tip of the tail all the way to the tip of the nose. Now, in height-wise, we've got approximately 7 inches tall at the top of the tail right there, and we are about 6 inches wide. So actually a really, really nice size for the Batmobile, and coming in close to look at all the details. So one of the cool things about that Kilmer Batmobile was how organic it looked. It was kind of meant to look like an animal or something that was alive, and it had kind of like all of this, I don't know, kind of like a skeletal structure that actually allowed you to see the engine glowing inside. And I always thought that was kind of a very, very cool feature about the Batmobile itself. Now, we can see some translucent blue plastic on the inside right there to kind of emulate all of that blue lighting that we saw in the movie. And it's kind of cool because it does look like it's inside. It's like glowing out. It's very, very cool. The vehicle does not light up, which is actually kind of a shame that it doesn't. You've got your headlights molded right there in the front. Very nice. You got some silver details there along the front of the grille as well. Coming along the back, you got the track right there for the canopy to open. You got the canopy with the dual windows. And then coming along to the back, you've got your wings right there. And that middle wing is absolutely enormous. Now, the wing is one piece. In the movie, it did split for one scene. That wing just split in half. It would have been cool if they added that to this. They did not. That's kind of a shame. A missed opportunity right there. Along the back, you got that giant afterburner right there. Going along the bottom, they actually did mold a lot of details there, so it's very, very nice. And you can see that the vehicle is held together mostly by clips. You got one screw, and then you got a bunch of clips to hold it together, so it does allow, if you want to open it and customize it. I've been thinking about it. It is tricky to get these wheel wells. It's tricky to open these up without damaging the plastic on top there, so I'm going to do a little more research before I try to open it up, but I may be inclined to open this up and actually try maybe to add some lights on the inside. And then finally, last bit of detail right there, you got the silver wheels right there with the Bat logos. They look really, really good. The only unfortunate thing about them is that they do spin. In the movie, the hubcaps were kind of static right there. So as the vehicle rolled along, the hubcaps, the bat signals, or the bat symbols rather, stayed straight. That would have been really cool also if they would have found a way to do that. That would have been really neat. I don't know. I don't think that anyone has made a Kilmer Batmobile where the wheels stay static. I may be wrong, but I don't believe that I've seen one. It would be pretty cool if the wheels would have stayed static. Now, getting into the one, I guess the one feature, if you want to call it that, of the vehicle, it is the sliding cockpit right there. So you can actually slide the cockpit forward, and this reveals the figure. And again, the figure does come packaged sitting inside of the Batmobile. So we'll remove the figure real quick, and for the moment, let's just set it aside so we can bring in the vehicle close and you can see the details on the inside. You've got a chair molded in right there. You do have, and I don't know how well this is going to show on camera, I'm trying to get my light in there as much as possible. You do have some details for consoles here on the sides, and then you've got a whole console there on the front. You got a steering wheel, and then you've got a dashboard with some molded detail along the dashboard as well. Now, the steering wheel is static. That does not move, but the seat is molded all the way down, not just the back. You also got a butt rest that's molded in there, and you also have floorboard details molded in. So it's actually really, really nice. So there you go. That's how you get Batman out. And let's take a quick look at Batman himself. And you know what they did here is very interesting. So this is the figure that comes packaged with the Batmobile. It is approximately, let's get him standing straight. And he stands approximately 4 and 3/4 inches tall at the top of the little ears right there. All right, so very similar to the old Kenner action figures that we used to get back in the day. And that's something I love about this whole setup right here. It's that it's very reminiscent of Kenner back in the day. The only difference being is that Kenner would have thrown in a couple, 2, maybe 3 spring-loaded gimmicks in here, actual features like a fire popping out or some missiles or something, right? And maybe a light. Kenner would have thrown some action features in there where this has nothing. This is pretty much just what you see is what you get. But the figures, again, also very reminiscent of the old Kenner figure. So you've got Batman right here in the sonar suit that we saw at the end of the movie. And the figure itself has articulation at the neck, so he can turn the neck forward and backward. The arms can go forward and backwards, and they did add a joint to have the arms go outward as well. And then the legs can get forward and back, and that is about it. You've got the silver suit right there. Again, this is the sonar suit with the black bat right there on the chest. You got the black gauntlets and the black boots, and then going around the back, you got a soft cape, a soft goods cape. You got some detail molded into the back right there. Not really sure what that's about. I don't think they really addressed that in the movie. The cape, you know, we're used to seeing like the big bat capes. They didn't do that with this one. They kind of left it a small, narrow cape, which actually makes it easier to put the figure into the vehicle without fear of like crinkling up and wrinkling the cape, which is actually kind of nice. Now, something that I find very, very interesting, and I think this is kind of a smart move if you're looking at it from a business point of view. Okay, if you're looking at this as a collector, yeah, this is not going to be so great. But from a business point of view, I totally get what they were doing here. There's very, very smart moves. So they've included the sonar suit Batman from the end of the movie with the Batmobile. If you've seen the movie, you know that the Batmobile had already been destroyed by the time this suit was introduced. So You can say that this is the wrong Batman to go with the Batmobile. Why would they do that? And, they did offer some figures in stores as well, right? So you could buy separately, you could buy the Batman figure in what is known as the Panther suit, which is the black suit with the yellow details that he wore when he did drive the Batmobile. And these are the exact same figures, they're just painted differently. And you might wonder, well, why wouldn't they include this figure with the Batmobile? If you think about it, this is really meant more for collectors. Kids today, I don't think, are familiar with Batman Forever, the movie. So, and I don't think any of the kids are running to watch the movie, right? So if they include this Batman with this Batmobile, and then they put this Batman on pegs, nobody's going to buy this Batman. Nobody's going to buy this because you already got the Panther suit with the Batmobile. Why do you want... Nobody wants... Let's be honest. Nobody wants Sonar suit Batman, right? So if they include Sonar suit Batman with the Batmobile, then if you're like me, well, I want the Panther suit Batman, so I'm going to go and purchase it separately. So from a marketing point of view, from a business point of view, this was smart because they actually made me buy another Batman figure. So that's actually kind of smart on their part to do that. But there you go, so you can see what those look like together. And yeah, again, same figure, just kind of a different paint job right there. And they both look good with the vehicle. In fact, I'm going to keep the Panther suit with this Batmobile, and I'm going to put this one with the Clooney Batmobile from Kenner, just because I don't have any Clooney Batmans, and this is close enough. So I'm going to put this in that Batmobile, and then I'm going to keep him with his Batmobile, but that's just me. Back in the camera app for some comparisons. Here on the left, we have the Batman Forever Batmobile next to the Kenner 1992 Batmobile Batmissile from Batman Returns, and I got to back it up a little more. And this vehicle is to be, in all fairness, the Batmissile is absolutely huge. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Batmobile toy that Kenner made. So it's kind of an unfair comparison. This thing is absolutely massive, and it's difficult to get them both into the shot right there. If you put them side by side, yeah, it's not even fair. This guy is absolutely massive, but just so you can see what the two of them look like together, there you go. Now let's get something a little smaller in the shot, something a little more modern, but staying in the theme of Keaton Batmobile, and that is the Spin Master version of the Keaton Batmobile from the Flash movie. This is a little smaller. As you can see, they are about the same length when it comes from the front of the vehicle all the way to the rear of the fenders right there. The body itself of the vehicle is about the same length, and the wheelbase is about the same. The Keaton one has actually a little bit of a longer wheelbase, but width-wise, they're the same width-wise. So this is about the same wheelbase, about the same, I want to say the same scale, but put a pin on that, right? So I think this would be a more of a fair comparison. These are going to be about the same size or the same scale, quote unquote. And of course, the wings on this guy are making it absolutely massive. Now, the reason I put a pin in quotes on all of this is because the figure that did come with the Batmobile for the Flash, that's the figure that came with it. And this is the figure that comes with the Kilmer car. And obviously, these two figures are not in scale. This is absolutely just very, very different. It's strange, right? Because the cars, the wheelbase on the car, on both cars actually kind of match up. But then you see the difference right there. So I don't know. What is the correct scale? Would the Batmissile then be the correct scale? Would that have, would the Keaton car be that much bigger than the Kilmer car? I really don't know. I have seen both cars in person. I have sat in both cars in person. I have never seen them together side by side, so I really don't know. Never thought about it until just now. But there you go. One last look at the Batmobile and at Batman. And I think this is really, really cool figure, a really cool toy, a really cool car, and a really cool figure. I'm really glad that Spin Masters put this out. I think Spin Master might be on their way out. I think their license with Batman is just about done. So this is kind of their last hurrah. This, and they got another Batmobile. They got another Keaton Batmobile coming out. I think it's going to be a repaint of this one. and I believe they're pretty much done after that. I'm not sure, don't quote me, or actually do correct me in the comments if you know better. But still, very, very cool set. When I saw these at Target, I was very excited about it, and I knew that I was going to get them. I was not expecting to see them go on clearance as quickly as they did. That's kind of disappointing to me to see that they kind of came and went as quickly as they did, because I think this could have led to a very cool line of, you know, let's call it vintage or retro movie cars. That would have been a cool line to collect. But as it is, yeah, I found it on clearance, $12. I think they're still available on Target.com if you check. As of the time of this recording, you may be able to still get them on Target.com. And I think that about does it for the retro collection. Batman Forever, Batmobile, and Batman from Spin Master. What did you think of these toys? Let me know down in the comments. Give me some thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share with your friends if you like what you see. As always, thank you so very much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.
Best displayed fun never ends with our toy loving